Welcome to Business Wit's Owner Insights from our Better Business Results Show, where business owners share their top learning experiences from operating their businesses. Now, these experiences usually come from mistakes or failures and lessons learned from the School of Hard Knocks. Learning from the mistakes of others is a shortcut that most successful business owners use on an almost continuous basis. You don't have to experience the issue or the challenge yourself. So we caught up with Chris Skorina. He's the owner of Mosher Skorina, a professional corporation. He's an attorney by trade. Now, attorneys have to complete an extensive education in addition to passing the bar exam before they can become licensed to practice. And nowhere does it say they have to be good at managing a business. So let's hear what Chris has to say about what he's learned over 20 years of managing his own practice. All right, so you've been running your practice, you've been in the legal practice for 26, 28 years or something like that, but running this, quote, small business practice for 20 years or so now?
That's right.
All right. So would you share your top 3 lessons learned? This is the business owner lessons, right?
The business owner lessons.
That's our audience.
Well, hire slowly, grow organically, and listen to your customer base. Those would be the 3 things that I would recommend.
All right, so let's expand on that. Hire slowly. Tell me, what did you experience?
Hire slowly. Well, when we become business owners or entrepreneurs and try to go out on our own, we think, at least this happened to me, that everybody I hire is going to care as much as I did.
And they're going to be as good as me, and they can think just like I do.
That's right. And they're going to think the same way and care about the same things and prioritize the same way and have the same values. And that's not necessarily the case. So hire slowly.
Yeah, find the person that fits. Take the time, because a bad hire is painful.
Yes.
It's really expensive.
It's painful for the employer, and it's also painful for the employee to be involved in a situation where it's not a right fit. So It's best to take your time in hiring, make that decision slowly.
And if you make a bad decision, we talk about firing fast. I mean, just rip the Band-Aid off and get over it. Just swallow the medicine and go on. It's better for the employee. It's better for you. They get started someplace what's going to be better, more effective for them, and you can move on. And it's hard, because then we have to admit that we made a mistake.
Yes, it can be difficult, but it is important, and it can be done tactfully and professionally, where there's no hard feelings, and the relationship can continue. There's no reason that you can't be friends with someone that used to work for you.
Well, yeah, especially if you're helping them get into the right place, the place that's right for them, and sometimes that's just really the case. And then you said grow organically. Share a little bit about what you mean by that.
Yeah, I advise my business clients, and I do this myself in my practice, is that if you're going to try out a new product or service, do a small sampling of it and make the marketplace prove to you that it's a worthwhile investment.
So test it. Test
exactly.
it. Validate it. Make
Test
sure
it.
that it's actually going to work. It's better to spend a little bit of money and avoid a big loss than spend a lot of money and find out that you made a bad investment.
Exactly. I had one of my business clients had a relative who invested heavily in their whole nest egg in a new line of business that they had no experience in, and it was catastrophic. A very sad story. A better way to do that would be invest a little bit, see if it's a success, analyze what went right, what went wrong, maybe invest a little bit more if it's going well, and grow that organically. Let the market prove to you that this is something you should be doing.
And tell me a little bit more about your customer feedback or your listening process.
Yeah, that would be the other component advice I give to small businesses, and advice that we follow is we send our clients surveys at the end of a representation, at the end of an engagement, to find out how we did. What did we do better? Were we responsive enough? Did we respond to your phone calls or inquiries in a timely manner? Satisfied with the results? So that's a way, again, of listening to the marketplace and making sure you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, well, and sometimes you got to we all want to do the best that we possibly can, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes we make mistakes, and we need to learn from those. And we talk about everything is a win or a lesson. There are no losses. There are lessons.
I like that.
Right? We have to do it.
That's
And
right.
so you've just shared some lessons learned. I know that you experienced every one of those for whatever reason, and that's why they made your list of the top 3.
That's right.
So now you've heard Chris's lessons learned from managing a professional corporation for 20 years. It's time for you to identify 3 tasks from Chris's experience that will help to improve your business. And here's a recap. Hire slow, grow organically, and listen to your customers. So number 1, hire slow. This means do what you need to do to get the right person on the staff. No one's going to do it as well as you do. No one's going to care as much as you do. Make sure they can do the job and measure their performance. And if you've made a mistake, correct it quickly, because making a bad hire is expensive, but it doesn't get less expensive over time. It costs you every single day. So people get hired for experience and fired for attitude all the time. Make sure your job description includes the attitude and behaviors that effectively integrate into the culture of your business. So the second thing you talked about is growing organically. I think you could replace organic with feasibly, and this simply means test the market and make sure that it responds to your products and services. The market is littered with dead products that didn't pass the market test but required a huge investment. Invest a little effort and money to ensure that the market is interested in your products and services before you jump in, and then continue to test the market periodically to ensure that your product or your service is on point. So in this case, implement a practice to test your investment decisions with the marketplace. The third thing you talked about was listening to your customers. And Chris uses a customer satisfaction survey. Whatever you use or however you receive feedback, the worst thing you can do is assume it's okay. Confirm your assumptions with your customers. They may tell you something great that you didn't know, and they may tell you something that you need to fix before they exit your service. And consider implementing a routine customer feedback process for your business. This is great advice, and I loved hearing it from Chris. I love hearing this stuff from experienced business owners, people that have lived it. I hope you found this to be interesting and helpful. And please take a moment and leave a comment. Can you relate to this? We want to hear from you. Scroll down and leave a comment now. I work with business owners every day to make the right moves so that they can win the financial rewards they want, so they can live the lives they desire for themselves and their families. And when you make the right moves in chess, you win the game. And when you make the right moves in business, winning gets a lot easier.